boy. Yeah, it's hot. It's a hot one, folks. I came in, realized I didn't have the air on because I turned it off the other day because it was too cold and that was too hot. So I am trying to cool down the room up here, and I am live. So y'all come on in. I have a little fun experiment tonight, setting up an S-style guitar. So it's not a Fender Strat, but it is a S-style guitar. And this is another Kiesel guitar. We will be using some Ernie Ball instrument polish and some whatever these are, just some cloths. Oh, these are actually my Eastman cloths, so that's cool. I think they're both from Eastman. Whoops. Let's see here. This one's not Eastman, it's just a generic one. Then here is a really old, I've had for a long time, Cascade microphones. So those are a ribbon mic I had many years ago that I've sold since. And yeah. Let's see here. I got a Neumann U87 AI microphone. This is a loaner from Zounds.com. I am reviewing it, and so far, for $3,500, it better sound good, right? Me personally, I would not pay that much for a microphone, but if you got the budget and you want to have a Neumann microphone, then that is an option. It is an option. It does sound pretty smooth. I did some recording with it the other night on acoustic and vocal, and it has a nice tone to it. I'm not gonna say anything bad or good about it. I mean, it's just a good, sounds like a microphone, you know. I don't really get too picky nowadays, though. Not too picky. So it is Tuesday. We're going to talk about some gear. I'm going to answer your questions here on the live stream, whatever those are. We can talk about guitars. We can talk about amp modeling, recording, whatever you want. It's really up to you. But I will be working on a guitar tonight, and you can be the fly on the wall to kind of watch me do all that. So thanks for checking out the stream. But this is going to be very one-sided unless you start talking in the chat. So whoever you are, all two people who are watching right now, let me know your name, where you're from. Do you have an S-style guitar? Do you have a Fender Strat or a Squire or a Sir or any other S-style body shape that has the trim and the pickups and whatever else? So this Kiesel right here, this is a Delos, and I do like the overall look. I'm not too fond of the dots being on the top right here versus being right in the middle. So I have one of two ways I could go about this. I could either take this body and replace it with the neck that's on this guitar, because I do like the trim system here and it works rather nice. And it's already routed. I mean, it's routed a certain way, so I can't really do a whole lot on this other one. Or I just live with the guitar as is, but then try to set it up just a little bit better. So I'll show you what that means here in a second. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing here. All right. So, wow. What is it? What could it be? Oh, it's blue. Oh, my. I saw it earlier. This is also a Kiesel Delos. Which reminds me, I'm going to go ahead and share. I'll share this live stream to the Kiesel page on Facebook. And maybe I'll get some traction. Maybe. I mean, I don't care about traction, but you know. If anyone's interested in Kiesels and they want to see what I'm doing here, then this would be a good thing to check out. So, get a shareable link. We will go to Facebook. We will go to Kiesel. And we will setting up a Delos with Gotoh Trem. All right, we have shared the live stream. All right, so what drew me to this guitar is, one, it does have an ash body. Hello. It has an ash body. Let's move it just outside of the video frame here. And so it's very light. So the spec on this is about 7 pounds and 3/4. So very, very light guitar, which is, I would say, I don't know, they feel pretty similar. The roasted maple neck might give a little bit more weight. I don't know if that does anything. But let's get these things in here. Wow, so cool. So, yeah. This is a Delos. And this is also a Delos. It's a duo Delos. But so far, I am really liking this really dark roasted maple neck and fretboard. And it is super smooth. It feels really good. It's a very common practice that when you ship a guitar, you detune the strings pretty loose. And this guy was detuned like all the way loose. And unfortunately, when I tried to tune it back up, I broke the high E string. So we will have to handle that a little bit. Let's see here. All right, here's my bag of Kiesel goodies. There should be everything I need. Here is my 30 seconds and millimeters kind of little thing that I use to measure stuff with. And let's do some measuring on this Delos just to see what it looks like here. I have a second camera over here that I can do a little split thing. All right, so this one is already down pretty good amount. Okay, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to really compare both setups. Let's just say that's about 3 millimeters off the 3 millimeters off the pick guard. Do. Okay, and this one is going to be, yeah, it's really no comparison. This is no comparison. I can't compare the two. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, where do I have? Looking for my tools. Let's look over here. So I bought this this Cobalt thing many years ago. And that's going to have me What do I need to do right now? I can't think what I need to do. Why did I get a screwdriver? Why? Why did I get a screwdriver? It's not for that. It's not for that. It's not for the back. Though I can go ahead and take off the back screws. So you can see here on the secondary camera, something like that. Okay. Taking off the screws. I had a magnetic bowl somewhere that was great for keeping screws like this in, but I guess I won't. So we'll unscrew these. You can see the beauty of the ash wood through this translucent blue something aqua. I'm not sure what the finish is, but it is nice. All right, now we got one person watching. Nobody cares about my S-style setup. I get it. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. So here's the inside of the cavity. We got 3 springs. And, oh, that's maybe one thing I need to do. Maybe that's what I was going to do. I was going to get this sucker. I need the air to cool down this room. It's hot. All right, let's experiment here. We are going to raise the post up a little bit. No. Yeah. Man. I tell you one thing, I did some squats yesterday and my legs are sore. They are sore. All right, so I'm going to take these 2 posts right here. And I'm going to raise them up. Something like this. I'm going to raise it up. All right. So what this is going to do is a few things. I'm going to loosen the strings a bit. And this is going to be a balancing act of the tension of the strings being fully tuned, and then also the tension of the springs back here underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tighten this like so. And we'll just go in like an inch, or like maybe half an inch. And I see right now that I have a little, well, I'm trying to get an angle here. I have a little bit of distance, just a little bit of distance on this, which is looking pretty good. Because what I want to be able to do is, I think this should be the same kind of trim, and it is. This is a Gotoh Trem. So I just spin this around here. All right, so what I want to be able to do is go back a little bit and also forward a little bit. Okay, and I can adjust the overall height of the string off the fretboard by the saddles right here. I have enough play to where I can accomplish that. But this is looking pretty good. Because I didn't want the bridge to be totally on the wood. I wanted a little bit of give so I can go back a little bit and then go forward. Okay, that's not too bad. We will Yes, Aaron, this is another Strat. I'm pretty sure I showed you the picture of this last week. And I'm doing a little doctoring here. So what I'm working with is the height. I'm trying to get a good image here. So I'm trying to get the height of this bridge to where I can go back a little bit and also go forward, okay? And then once I just determine how high I want that to be, I will more than likely put a little shim underneath here. And then I can, like for instance, I could use maybe this booklet. It's not going to be tight enough though. Not going to be tight enough. Anyway, that's what I'm working with. New guitar day, baby. This thing is gorgeous. I love it. I love the dark, rich color on this ash body. Aaron, this is about 7 pounds 3/4. This microphone is blocking the light. I am using the Neumann U87 AI just for fun. Hello, there's a really expensive microphone, which I do not need. But I'm going to test it out here. All right. I feel like that's pretty good. If we look at the other Delos, we got a little bit more height on there. It's not too bad. See how much height we have on that one. So I may go up maybe just another millimeter on this thing. Take this thing off. So this is a Gotoh Trem, which is obviously a little bit different than a hip shot trim. Let's raise that up. Okay. Let's see now. Now we got some good height on there. We got some good height. Okay. We're gonna need to tune it up. So let's tune it. Let's see. My guitar is coming in through. Let's do it this way. Okay. I can't hear it because I am muted. All right, that sounds raunchy. All right, let's tune it up here. Because once again, this is going to be a balancing act between the tension of the strings and the springs on the back. And once I do that, I will change strings. Let's do this too. Let's bring up the Kiesel thing here. Let's do it this way so you can see what I'm doing. You might be able to hear that. It's pretty bad. Dry, mute. We're hearing something. I'm not hearing it though. Okay, there we go. I think the gate's on. Let's go to a nice clean sound. Alone in a room. Okay. I can barely even hear that. Tuner. Let's go tuner, and then we'll go this kind of thing. Nope, we're doing that. I swear. Hyper rig. Let's force it. Let's force it into play. And we will add okay, pretty close. Wow. I'm having some issues. Input 4. We're out 5 and 6. Yeah. We hear that. Okay. We might need to adjust something. All right, sorry for the weirdness. All right, so now I've tuned the strings up, but now you can see from here that the bridge is kind of angled up slightly, which I guess is not horrible. But what we can do is we can go back here and we can just tighten this just a little bit. Okay. And actually, I've learned that if you angle this claw so you have more tension on the bass and less tension on the high strings, you can, the trem works a little bit better. Let's just go a little bit. Still angled pretty high. Okay. I still think I need to tighten this a little bit more. Let's go here. Let's go here. Oh yeah. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a nice straight bridge. If you can really see that. Because I want it to be symmetrical. I don't want it to be like, I don't want it to be angled up at all. Now it's too high, so I need to bring it down. Bring it down. Okay, I am missing the E string here, so that's gonna change a little bit. Check this cable here. Alright, I'm actually going to keep it just as it is right now. let's see what I can use. Let's see what I can use. Yeah. All right, I'm actually going to use this back plate here and cover it with this. That might give me enough thickness. Because what I'm going to do is take off the strings. This is going to help keep everything in place. I don't really have a block to put in there. I do have a battery. Do not try this at home. No, it's going to be too thick. Do not try this at home. I could try a lithium camera battery. This is going to be dumb. Okay, at least what that does, it actually keeps it in place. Okay. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. This will allow me to take the strings off. I can clean everything and then put the strings back on and then all that. Okay, I think this will be good. Let me go into the attic and I will grab some strings. All right, so this first box is full of 10 to 46 light gauge nickel round wound made in the USA, webstrings.com. And the second box are my 7-string strings, but I will use this. Okay, cool. I like this. So first things first, these are locking tuners, which means that you basically turn this till it's nice and loose. And I'm going to prefer to have the holes be straight. I really need to find my winder, wherever that is. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing this. Angle this down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. I was watching the Fever and LA Sparks WNBA game, and it got to be the fourth quarter. I was like, nah, I can't waste any more time. I got to go do a live stream here, which I've been going for about 28 minutes, almost 30 minutes, so not too bad. Turning. I'm just going till all these holes are lined up. There's something in that. Weird. It's like a piece of plastic sticking out. I know one thing. This guitar is gorgeous, and I really like it. All right, then we got some remnants here of the other strings. So what you do is you loosen. You just turn all these like so. And then they just come right out. Come right out of the hole. So we're going to poke it through on the other side. Uh-oh. Yeah, I see what I did. Okay, cool. Pull it through. Let's do this thing again. So we kind of keep the tension where we want. Oh, I see. We don't have any strings on now. There we go. There we go. Are you more than a bargain for? Okay. So here's the guitar without the strings. I'm using a little cloth and the back plate to keep the thing nice and tight where I want. But now it's time to clean this thing. So it came from California. I'm not quite sure where it was before. But yeah. We will use the Ernie Ball instrument polish. Instrument polish. Let me turn down the brightness here. I'm a little bright. I am so bright. Oh, not the temperature. Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay. Yeah, these webcams, they're a little strange. So let's douse the fretboard. We'll douse the hardware. Like so. And we will take our cloth and we will clean. Now this gold, this is brushed metal or brushed. So it's not going to be like perfectly clean looking. Though I'll get all the grime and stuff off of it, which will be good. And then at some point I can go back and I can check intonation and all that stuff. Sometimes I like using a little, what do they call it? Not a toothpick, a Q-tip. I'll use a Q-tip and I'll get in between all the little nooks and crannies and whatnot. This is a used guitar, so I don't expect it to be perfect, because it's not going to be perfect. Just kind of getting there. Clean it up while I can. And you want to try and do this between every string change anyway. Because really, I mean, the only time you're really going to wipe off your guitar really, really good, really, is while you're changing strings. So just make sure you get in there, wipe everything off. These are stainless steel frets, and they look to be medium jumbo, which is what I'm used to. But I noticed a little bit of grime on here, so I'm just going to make sure I clean it off. Before putting the strings back on. Alright, do a little bit more spray. I have some other cleaner somewhere, but I don't know where it is. And this is good enough. Yeah, it's already looking like it should. Got a few places in here. Okay, we'll wipe off the back of the neck. Yeah, I had a little bit of fear when I first realized that I didn't have the hip shot trim and the Gotoh Trem was all the way up against the body. So it was like, I'm gonna have to set this up a little bit. Which is not too bad. Yeah. But so far, in my Kiesel adventures, I have found that the black hardware doesn't really move as smooth as the silver and the gold. So just kind of keep that in mind in the, when you're scoping out different Kiesels. Especially the tuners. The tuners don't turn as smooth. It has some play in it for some reason. I'm not sure why. All right, folks. We are going to put some strings on. All right. So here's the guitar, all cleaned up, ready to go. And as I put the string on, this tension on the bridge should stay about the same. Okay? So that's good. That is good. I have it angled in the back, just how I want it. Man, that air cannot get cool enough right now. This is hot. So this is a 6 and a 3. We'll put the 6 on first. And we'll tune it up just enough to where we hear a pitch. And then we'll put the other strings on. And this will allow us to, if you can see this or not, let's get up a little bit. Get up now. Whoa. I'm gonna brighten it up some. Okay. All 2 people watching, I need some questions here. Because I know you have some questions that you're just dying to have answers to. There it goes. Loosen it up. All right, so what I do on this side, if you can see what I'm doing, is I pull the string through and then maybe just notch it back just a little bit, tighten it up, and that allows the string to actually turn around the post, just enough to have a kink in it. And you can see it's pretty much traveled about 180 degrees from where it was before. Okay, so we'll leave that on. We won't cut off the end just yet. All right, so here is number 3. Here's number 3. This is a slightly older Kiesel, and I can tell because there's a serial number stamped right on the 22nd fret, which is kind of funny. Later Kiesels have the serial number stamped on the input jack, but I think because these are Delos models, and the input jack is on top of the body instead of on the side, there's really not a place to put a serial number. So they got to put it on the neck somewhere, or on the fretboard, or whatever. On this one, we may make it around 1 turn. Maybe 1.5 turns. Make sure the string goes underneath the previous turn. And we just want to just tie enough to where we hear a pitch. That way we make sure we have equal tension as we tune up all the strings. Now, if I didn't have to do a setup at all, but I was just changing strings, here we are. Get my string off the ground here. I would just take one string off and then put the new string on. But since I had to take it off totally and then clean everything and whatever else, then this is just the way I had to do it. Okay, guys, I'm very optimistic about this. I was thinking at first I was going to take the neck off of this and put it on the other one and do a bunch of stuff, but this is going to be way simpler. Way simpler. All right, tighten that down. Tighten this down. I did release a new backing track last week, and I am slightly behind on my my 2023 backing tracks, to where I'm basically trying to finish up the last few for December and November from last year, and then who knows, I might do a marathon to where I just catch up on my backing tracks for 2024, and then by the end of the year I should have all 52 ready to go. And how I accomplish that is I basically have the same 4 genres every month. They just change the key according to the circle of fifths. So they are going by C, G, D, A, E, F sharp, and then D flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, F, and then back to C again by the time it gets to next January. So that way you get the main 5 keys that are in the cage system at the beginning of the year in the first 5 months, 5 or 6 months. And then the last 6 months of the year are more of your flat keys. D flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, F, and then back to C again. And then my genres are, I do a pop tune, I do blues, jazz, and then metal and or rock of some kind. And or rock. Who is the one person watching right now? Better not be my wife. She's like, I was watching you on the internet. Is that good? Somebody needs to watch. I am spewing out priceless information here. Priceless. Alright, so all the tension on these strings right now are not as tight as they're going to be. And since I'm wedging in this this piece right here, so the bridge system doesn't move, I should be able to tune it up and then release the back plate and pretty much have it stay in place where it needs to be. Should have got me a drink. Guys, I've been doing really well this week and a half. I've been fasting in the morning, so no breakfast. I mainly eat lunch and dinner. And my diet consists of some kind of meat, eggs almost every day. What else do I have? Chicken. I'll have some soups with the every once again, whatever the family fixes. I try not to be too strict on my diet because, the kids and my wife don't want to eat exactly what I eat all the time. So I'll indulge in, whatever. But we have burgers and hot dogs every Friday night. We have some kind of taco dish on Tuesdays, though tonight we just had leftovers. And then we'll have some other kind of chicken dish or something. Another night of the week. I've been refraining from ice cream, from eating tons of pizza. I say tons because I did have a little bit last week. But, I only had 2 pieces and it was fine. So, as long as if I can have 2 pieces of pizza, that's pretty good. But if I try to eat a whole piece of pizza, a whole pizza, then that's not good. That's way too many calories, way too many carbs. And my body does not. It can take it, but it packs on the pounds. So I'm trying to unpack the pounds at the moment. Alright, so you can see so far all I've done is just put the strings through the bridge in the saddle, going over to the tuners, poke it through the hole, tighten the locking tuner on the back, and now I'm going to tune this thing up. Get a pitch. Okay. That's not. There we go. Let's not release the plate just yet. Let's get these all in tune here. Okay, not quite there. We have now totally loosened this, and my bridge is slightly so I am going to tighten this a little bit. Try and offshoot. Okay, so that makes it a little bit more. Yeah, this is gonna feel good. The more angled this is right here, let me get a good angle here for you. Come on. The more angled up this is, okay, the higher the action is going to be. And this is a pretty high action right now. So what I'm going to do is keep tightening this down. And then I'm going to lower the saddles to get it to the action that I want. Okay, that's pretty even right there. Where is, okay. So now my, get my camera set. So what I'll usually have is the 17th fret is about 3:30 seconds. Right now it's at 5:30 seconds. So it's pretty high. A little too high. So we will take our very small Allen key and we will start. Oh no, it's not the same size. Oh no. The Gotoh is a little bit bigger. That's not going to work. All right, let's see what I got here. Let's see what I got. Do I actually have a tool the right size? I doubt it. Oh, I do have a tool the right size. Cool. All right, so the green T6, the T6 size is what I want. And we will lower the saddle to about there. And I'm honestly not quite sure. I think this is a 14-inch radius. So we'll keep the saddles pretty flat. And the threads on this thing is going to poke out like on a fender. So I can already see that I'm gonna maybe have to get some shorter ones, which I can do. Is that like the way it pokes into my hand? Because on the hip shot, you can see that the threads don't stick out above the holes. But on this one, they are sticking out just enough to be aggravating. So let's tune again. Okay, now the bridge has gone back down, so it's loosed a little bit. So like I said, this is going to be a balancing act, and I'm going to check the height here. And we are now at 3 3 30-seconds on the bottom and about 3 on the top, which we can actually probably go down even more on the top. And what I'm looking for is just some straightness here. All right, tune it again. So every little change, you need to make sure you tune it back to standard pitch. Adjust the come on, turn. Adjust these knobs here. So make sure they're all the way up, and I like to have the 10 pointing right at me, and then I can always loosen it from there. So same on here. Come on. Turn. Make sure it's all the way tight. Make the 10 point up. And then tighten it back down. So, pretty close. Then the tone is way off. So here's just little details to make sure you get it all right. Man, this is not going to be big enough. No, not for the tone knob. Not for the knob of tone. It's not going to work either. All right, I'll deal with that tone knob later. So right now, this bridge is up on the body. It's pretty much right on the body. I want a little bit more play on this. So I will now loosen. I will loosen the spring on both sides, and that will start raising the body a little bit. Close. We are, man, we're pretty good. We are pretty good. I could have that be a little bit closer though. So a loosen. And loosen. Maybe tighten this up. Back like that. That looks good. I can live with that. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so look at that. So we got the height of the bridge just parallel with the body, like so. So I really never go back all that often. So it's not really going up a full whole step. I just do a little bit of shake, like so. Okay, like that. So let's check the height one more time. We are just above 3 millimeters, and we are at 3 millimeters there. I would like that to be a little bit lower if I can. I would like that. Yes, I would. All right, let's do this. Let's lower this all the way down. Because I want the strings to be low enough to where they fret really easy. Let's just do this and then we'll check the height. So just little adjustments here and there. Alright, that's all the way down. Okay. Tune again. Okay, check it. That's 2.5, and that is, what is that? That's about 2.5. All right. This thing is stripped from a previous owner. This is a T7, so this is slightly bigger. Come on. Maybe I need a T8. Give me an 8. That's a 9. That's too big. This is 8. And the 8 is too big. Come on now. I'm going to force it. All right. Pretty close. Pretty close. All right. I'm happy with that. Get my clippers out here. We are now going to clip the strings. Let's do it this way. Like so. Like so. Oh yeah. And then after this, we can jam along with the backing track. How about that? Using the new Kiesel Hyper Rig, which is a Guitar Sim plugin. Okay. Tune again. Let me show you what I'm doing here. Head and gear. How do I add? How do I add something? I want to add. No, it's not what I want. I want this. How do I choose it? Oh, dumb. I can make it square. I can make it wide. Do that kind of thing. How do I get the picture in here? This is so dumb. Choose that. Aaron Short, if you're watching. Oh. There it is. Okay, cool. Tune it up. Cool. I feel like that height could be a little bit higher, but it's fine. Okay, here is the. Actually, let me stretch the strings one time through, just for good measure. Just the middle, no bridge, middle, and bridge, and just bridge. Okay, pickup height. We will raise the bridge a little bit here. Just slightly. And then maybe lower the middle and neck slightly. Like so. All right, let's try out some tones. Put on my headphones so I can hear a little bit better. Oh, I had reverb on. Man, why didn't you guys tell me? Reverb, reverb, reverb. Reverberate. Let's go to preamp. We'll turn up the preamp a little bit. Check 1, 2, check, check. So glad you guys are communicating to me. What's going on here? Ooh, that is a very thin pick, and I don't like that. Cool, man. I like it. That bridge, or that bridge could come up just a little bit. So I will loosen the springs. Yeah, there we go. That's what I like to see. All right, let's do some more tuning here. One more tune. Did I mute the modders? No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, that looks better. I can live with that. All right, cool. I am definitely going to order some short shaft screws so they don't stick up as much or at all. And that should make this guitar pretty much complete. So I'm pretty happy. Alright, so what's cool about this plugin is this. Notice how the cab has a room sound on it. I know, right? So it gives the effect that I'm actually in a room. Here's the room all the way down. So it's very dry and in your ear. And then as we bring up the room here, maybe about 3. So it makes it a very pleasing experience for one and all to have a little bit of room sound. So I'm going to check the height here one more time. We're still at 2.5 and maybe right at 3 on the top end. It's a little high, but now, if I lower this back down, which I really don't want to do, that would allow me to raise the saddles back up slightly and then get rid of some of that sharpness. But I'm going to live with this for a little bit. Even though it is a little high. Cool, man. 0 people watching. Oh, come on, folks. You guys. Now, I know I have volume. So, plenty of volume here. Let's tune again. Do some tuning. You can control this plugin with via MIDI. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do this or not. I can either experiment with the ToneMaster Pro or the Helix by sending MIDI, CC, or PC messages to the plugin, or in HXFX. I can do it that way too, or I can get one of those I can't remember what they're called, just little MIDI controller switch things. That might be cool. All right, let's check the action here. We have a lot of action going on. A lot. So, that tells me I could probably straighten the neck. 'Cause I have a little bit of bow in there. So let's do this. I need to hear myself at the moment, so I'll take off the headphones. All right, we're going to straighten the neck now. So we will loosen this thing up. All right, so there's the guitar with no truss rod cover. And as we bring it this way, we're going to use this tool right here. We're going to plop it in. I probably should have wiped off the, wow. Probably should have wiped off the headstock a little bit. Like so. Mm-hmm. Okay, got a little sidetracked here, but we're making it happen. Okay, taking this, and if you have a bow in your neck, you need to take the righty-tighty, lefty-loosey approach. So a bow in the neck means you need to tighten the neck, and we will go to the right. Okay, like that. You'll make a little indentation there on the string, but it's fine. If you do it in small amounts, you won't have to go over as far. Like so. Come on. There we go. Alright, so it's pretty tight at this point. And it's a little bit better. It's going to have to set probably for a day or two to get it to acclimate. I'll try to tighten it just a little bit more, because it was pretty loose. Okay. There we go. And coincidentally, it has loosened this, so we need to retune again. Time is it? 10:20. All right, I'm gonna cut it off at 10:30 here. Which we've gone for what? An hour, almost an hour and a half. So not too bad for a guitar setup, if you ask me. Okay. All right, it still looks good. Check the height. We are now at almost just above 2 millimeters and about 2 millimeters. So we've lowered it a little bit by adjusting the neck. So that's good. Maybe should have done that earlier, but I just didn't. So there's that. All right, I really can't remember what the backing track I just made, but let's call it up here. Helix floor. I am selling a Helix floor for anyone who's interested. Locally preferred, if I can, though. Let's go to podia.com. I got the air going in the background. It's hot up here, man. It is hot. Alright, so we are doing a little doctor's prescribed backing tracks. And we will go to view product, because I'm on the back end of my website here. Okay, we're going to do a little blues groove in F, because December is the key of F. Okay, see how loud we are. Cool. What am I doing? I'm gonna go here. Let's add a little reverb, shall we? Okay, let's add a little drive. Sorry, it's too loud. And let's add some dirt here. Bring down the level. Alright, that is all on the neck pickup. Okay, pretty good. We'll bring the drive all the way up. Alright, cool. That's pretty good, folks. Let's get a little backing track, a little blues backing track for you. Bluesy, keep it bluesy. Keep it bluesy, yeah. Oh, just checking some email here. Alright guys, I am pretty happy with this overall. Things are staying nice and level over here. I am now. It's feeling probably good. It's about 2 millimeters, and just above 2 millimeters on the high side. So, what I can probably do. Well, I want to probably adjust it with the saddles at this point. See, what is this? That's an 8. This is an 8. So let's raise this just slightly. Just enough. Just enough. Just a little turn. And we'll keep the high strings where they are. Maybe bring that one up just slightly. Okay. Let's retune real fast. Let's mute the signal, shall we? This was not so loud. Cool, that's looking good. Check the height one more time. About 2.5 and 2.5. We're about 2.5 at the 12th fret. About 2 at the 7th fret. About 1 on the 3rd fret. And so forth. We have a good nut height. So, all right, guys. Thanks once again for putting up with my my craziness here on the live stream. I had some fun, and I hope you did too. And let's see what this the guitar sounds like with a little bit of grit going on. So let's go to factory. We'll do break up and pushed. Let's try deep and glassy, shall we? I do wish this arm was just a little bit longer. I mean, it could be a little bit longer. I like having a lot of leverage on this arm here. Some people look at these pickups and they think that they are active pickups, and they are not. They are the passive S60 from Kiesel. Let's go to low gain, big rock chords. Bring this down. I don't want the chorus on there. Let's get a little bit of drive going. I am really liking this, guys. This is feeling good to me. This is feeling good. I will put a cool strap on here. Maybe a black strap. And let's put this thing back on. Something around there. Where are we at? We'll find it. We will find it. There's my hole. Get this thing. And tighten it back down. Okay. Basic tools, not a lot of craziness going on, and yeah, sounded good. Let's try a heavier sound real fast, just for fun. Metallica. It's kind of fun. Let's go to heavy hammer. Just different presets here. That's cool. Big spender. Let's go to our delay. Let's turn on some delay. Turn that up, turn that down. A little bit of ducking. Turn on the reverb. All right, guys, I like it. Sorry, one person that just came on. I'm about to stop, but wow, cool, man. I'm gonna let a few days for this to settle in, all my adjustments and stuff. Then I can reassess once everything is settled in. But it's pretty basic stuff. So I took all the strings off, cleaned the fretboard, because a lot of people have pretty oily skin. Man, this neck is butter smooth. It's just not fair. It is not fair to all the other necks out there. Seriously. Make sure you clean all the hardware, get all the fingerprints off, and then I did put a shim underneath the bridge to kind of keep it in place as I strung it up. But then I realized I I needed the action to be lower. So I've lowered the saddles all the way, which have now made some really sharp points on here. So I can look at getting some shorter threads so they don't stick up. And that will work for me on that. But other than that, yeah, it's just a good basic setup for an S-style guitar. And this one is a beauty. And I will more than likely be keeping it forever. So, yeah, it's nice. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.